Davy Crockett.
King of the frontier.
Okay, guys. You ready? You ready, Issy?
No, I'm still too loud.
Okay. Here comes trouble.
And make it double. Whee! We've got two of them.
We've got two versions of Dior's Fahrenheit.
Is it one older than the other somehow?
Yeah, one is...
I don't know how you know that though. By looking at the bottle.
Oh, it's not looking at the bottle. It was, I
Smelling?
punched in the codes online, the batch numbers.
I mean, bottle-wise...
Awesome.
I mean, it is pretty cool. I mean, especially the idea of Fahrenheit. You know, you think of hot, you think of heat, you think of the red and orange color, and I think it does a really nice job with that.
And even the top cap is kind of like a barrel that you'd store gasoline in type, like...
I have no qualms with the bottle. Do I think it's amazing? No. Do I think it's very classy? Yeah.
Dior is one of those houses that is not like a niche house, but makes niche house quality juice. I think, like, among the designers that you can pretty much find anywhere, Hermes and Dior kind of stand above everybody else as being just really impeccable at what they do. And this is one of those that's kind of just like fighting through the time here. It's been around for a while and no signs of going anywhere.
Which is a shame.
A shame,
It's a
she
shame.
says. I think Fahrenheit is a masterpiece.
And I think it's disgusting!
Disgusting! Okay, talk about, why do you think it's disgusting? Tell me. Talk to me about that
Yeah.
smell.
Again, like, I feel like my nose hairs burn every time I smell this thing. I just feel like my nose is on fire. And not in a pleasant way. And I mean, I'm used to being around chemicals, so like the idea of gasoline and alcohol type smellies, that doesn't bug me, but I don't know what this is. For me, it smells a mix like old man who wears a lot of Axe, who probably is a mechanic. That's what I think of. I mean, there's nothing to it that I necessarily enjoy. I just don't enjoy it. But luckily for me, we have 2 bottles! Yay!
Luckily for her, we have 100 milliliters of this bitch. Well, not 100. I mean...
90, 80.
Yeah, I mean, not that much juice is used up.
Cheers.
Fahrenheit is one of those violet leaf fragrances that's really just top of the line, in my opinion. You can use violet leaf to do so many different things. Like, you kind of smell it as like a wet, dark, musky type of smell in Narciso Rodriguez for him. You smell it as a loud, obnoxious, bright, pop arty type smell in Bleecker Street. And then you got it in Dior Fahrenheit here, and it is one of those compositions where the violet leaf, you can definitely smell the violet leaf, but it takes you a second to pick it out, because when you just smell this, it smells like Fahrenheit, first and foremost. Like, Fahrenheit is one of those that created like a unique, like, complete field of smell that just becomes something that defines like a new milestone. Like, you think about times where music has branched out and opened up doors for other musicians to continue to pour in and do work and make music more eclectic than it was before and widen the conceptions that we have about music. And I think that's absolutely what Dior's Fahrenheit did.
I will give Fahrenheit props for that. It really sells the name. The smell, the bottle, all of it is very cohesive. And I give it major props for that, because there's a lot of times where we'll get a bottle or a smell and it's not telling a whole story. And that's kind of disappointing, but this definitely gives us a whole well-rounded story in regards to the smell.
And I think Dior's Fahrenheit is one of those things, when Jess and I first were kind of talking about fragrances way back when, we were talking about what makes like a fragrance kind of like a bad boy fragrance, what a good bad boy fragrance is. And my mind, of course, went to Dior's Fahrenheit because people refer to it as gasoline, which I don't necessarily get. Like I kind of understand how it's like how it's kind of got like a petroleum note.
Or it's how it burns your nose when you smell it.
I don't think that's it. But I mean, I also disagree with people. A lot of people put this as like a fall kind of winter, colder weather type fragrance. I say this is like summer. Just blast this on during summer. So it smells like, it feels like someone who like is outside, cutting the lawn with a lawnmower, and it's like a push lawnmower. What I would refer to as like an American summer. It just smells like to me. Okay. Like kind of right in the middle, the smack dab middle of America is what a summer would smell like. Hot weather, kind of leaves. I wouldn't necessarily call it wet. I would call it kind of like a drier fragrance for sure, but...
Would we say it's a daytime, nighttime, or daytime or nighttime?
I'd say it's daytime.
Daytime, nighttime, daytime.
I definitely, I don't know. I don't think it's a date fragrance, for sure. But I think this is one... I think this is kind of what people want Kouros to be. In a lot of ways, it's a bold, brash fragrance that, like, you smell someone and you go, like, that's a unique individual who's wearing that, and you kind of are more interested to find out, like, more about that person. I don't think you really do that with Kouros. You're just kind of like, somebody smells weird. Like, something's weird here. Dior's Fahrenheit, I think of, like, a leather jacket. I think of, like, a hot summer, yeah.
Okay.
Somebody who does, like, work with their hands. It's weird because it's, like, a high-end... blue-collar smell, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
Okay, so what would you give it out of 10?
I would give Dior's Fahrenheit a 9. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's one of the best Violet Leaf compositions. I love Violet Leaf. And I just think it's impeccable. I think it's been mixed to perfection. I think this one, and honestly, I'd probably say like Narciso Rodriguez for him the blends are just so immaculate that you do smell the violet leaf for sure, and it's right there, but they've done something so incredible where they've changed everything else behind the violet leaf that it becomes like a composition where you can't tell where it begins or ends because it's so smooth. How about you? You don't like it at all, so what would you rate it?
Like a 4.
Ooh.
It's gross.
A 4. Yeah. Fuck.
Sorry.
She doesn't fuck with Dior at all.
No. And what fictional character? I already have one down.
Go for it.
From Avatar: The Last Airbender, the TV show, and not the movie, Uncle Iroh.
Uncle Iroh, tell me about him.
Uncle Iroh is the crazy old uncle that's really, really lovable, and he's a firebender. So I think a little bit of both of the old man sneaking in with Uncle Iroh. He's a bit quirky enough that he'd be able to pull off the smell, and firebender, Fahrenheit, that sort of stuff. So
that makes sense.
Uncle Iroh.
Like the fictionalized version of Charles Bukowski that he inserts into some of his narratives. I'd say this is kind of what he wants to smell like. I'd say in real life, yeah, sure, he probably smells horribly of like body odor, cigarettes, and booze. Like that's about all you're smelling off of him. And drugs, hard drugs. But I mean, Dior Fahrenheit, I think in a lot of the ways is more so what he wants to imagine himself as, is brash, tough, kind of appealing in a way, kind of hot and sweaty and just kind of like sharp, like the color red. I think the color red is, strangely enough, like, I don't think this perfectly embodies red, but I think that this is something that goes with somebody who loves the color red, if that makes any sense. So I think you can pick any of Charles Bukowski's fictionalized versions of himself, and he is rocking Dior Fahrenheit.
Well,
I don't know what else we can add to it. Sorry, folks, I really don't.
Well, that's our review.
That's it.
See you real soon. Why? Because we like you.
Oh. Whoa.